Hey race fans, it's Race 8 Top 5 with me, Frank 5. The Championship 4 is set for Homestead, and a former champion whose foreseeable future racing again in the sport is unknown captured his first win in a long time in the desert at Phoenix. Number 1, Matt Kenseth, finally for the first time this year, got a victory at the Can-Am 500 at Phoenix Raceway for a guy that's stepping away from the sport next year, and we don't know if he may be coming back ever, but you know, this is a pretty good win for Matt Kenseth. I mean, he got eliminated from the championship after Kansas due to unfortunate circumstances with damage policy. And, of course, it's been a pretty tough year for the entire team because he announced in July that he wouldn't be back with Gibbs and then announced last week that he would be stepping away from the sport for a while, maybe back middle of the summer next year, maybe back in 2019, maybe back in 2020. I mean, we don't know if we'll ever see Matt Kenseth in a car again. I mean, if this is his final win, I mean, it's pretty cool to see him win. And I have all the respect for Matt Kenseth, and it's just sucks that he won't be in a car next year. And, you know, this is really what Matt Kenseth needed, is something to go put himself in a good place and take himself in the right direction. And hopefully we'll see him racing again. But if this is his final win today, he deserved it, as he captured over Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, and Kevin Harvick, your top 5. Number 2, Chase Elliott, second place again, the 7th time. I mean, I don't know how many second places we've had this year, but this was a tough one because we had a great car at the beginning, and we struggled the mid-portion of this race, and then we were able to, 80 laps to go, we got ourselves up to the top 5, and we had a chance. We took the lead with 30 laps to go from Kenseth, and we started driving away, and then he caught back up to us and passed with 10 to go. And unfortunately, we're not going to Homestead for the championship because we had to win this race, but I'm still proud of what he's been able to accomplish to try and get that win today, and I'm proud of what he's been able to do this season. Get farther than what he did in the playoffs last year to getting eliminated from the round of 12. I mean, we're going to finish top 10 of the standings once again, second year in a row. He's going to win a share of championships, and he's going to win a share of races one day. So I have all my support in this kid, and can't wait to see what he does battling for a championship next year, and hopefully we can finish the season off next week with a win. We'll see what happens. Number 3, Denny Hamlin, who came into this race below the cut line, could point his way in, but based on the car, he had the best car, leading the most laps, and it looked like he was going to pull away with the victory. But as the race, with 80 laps to go, after Kenseth and Truex and Elliott and those other guys passed by him, he couldn't keep up. And then we made contact, the 24 did, with the 11 off of turn 4 with about 40 laps to go, and Hamlin had a tire rub and eventually hit the wall. It wasn't intentional contact, any Hamlin fans. It was just racing. I mean, it sucks to see Hamlin get eliminated, but then again, he deserves what he got for what he did to Chase Elliott. So, payback, sorta. Not going to really comment on it too much, just that Hamlin's out, and that's all I have to say about that. Number 4, Jimmie Johnson will not compete for the championship and defend his title. This has just been a terrible year for the 48 car despite 3 wins. This is a scratch your head moment because this is unbelievable what the 48's gone through this year. Came in today with Chase Elliott knowing they had to win, and I mean, it looked like he was just going to be a top 10 car most of the day, and at the end of stage 2, blew a tire, hit the wall, and finished in the garage 39th, and shot for an 8th championship to surpass Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. Not going to happen this year. It may happen next year with the new Chevy coming in. Maybe it'll give him confidence, but they got to go to work this offseason and figure out how they can be better next year, as good as Chase Elliott is. So, unfortunate for the 48 fans, but there's always next year for you. And now, number 5. The 4 drivers that are going for the championship in Homestead: Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Kevin Harvick. 3 out of those 4 drivers competing for the championship have each won a championship. Martin Truex Jr. is the only driver that has not won a championship. And based on how this year has been for Truex, basically you're pointing at him, he's the favorite. Well, honestly, he is the favorite. He has 7 wins, more than any other driver this year. So, put your money on Martin Truex Jr. next week. I know I am. That's just a joke. I'm just predicting that it's Martin Truex that's going to win the championship. So, a couple things I want to talk about before I close out the video. Eric Almirola has announced that he will drive for Stewart-Haas Racing next year, replacing Danica Patrick. So, that's pretty cool for Almirola to get that opportunity. I will be doing a video Saturday covering the Xfinity Series and Truck Series finales at Homestead to announce, who won the championship for both series, all the drivers in general that, had a chance at it. It'll be a very interesting video. And then I will do my championship video for the Monster Energy Cup Series next Sunday. So who wins the title for the Monster Energy Cup Series? We'll find out next week. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Congrats to Kenseth. and I'll see y'all next week for the final race of the 2017 NASCAR season. Have a nice week.